Welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is my Side, my N-scale layout. Today we are going to start on something I've never done before. I've never built one of these Craftsman laser cut wood kits. And to be honest, I already started it and had to take it apart, put it back together the right way because I had misinterpreted which side was left and which side was right. Which is why I did it yesterday for a trial run to make sure I was doing it right, so I wasn't going to screw it up and teach you how to do it the wrong way. So anyway, that kit is this one right here. It's from Bar Mills at barmillsmodels.com. It is, which one is this one? I'm going to just... cold storage building, and it's another low relief, so it's going to go up against the backdrop that I put up last week. It's not going to be serviced by a track, just because I think looking at it that they right here they have a loading dock, and I think the loading dock is way too low to go on unless I was to raise the building up, and I don't intend to do that because I don't want to change the elevation of the other buildings that are already on the layout there. So let's get started. So we're going to go over to, let me see if this goes to the right place. No, that went back to 1. So now I need to go to, I think it's 8. There we are. There we are. So let me just go over there and we'll get to work. Now I notice I've got it upside down for you. It's right way up for me, but upside down for you. So I'm going to turn it around. So this is what the building looks like. What I did yesterday was I flipped this side for the other side, and anyway, it wasn't the right side. When I started to build, I realized, whoops, I've really screwed this up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish the carcass and all the way around. And I've got the parts already cut out. And I'm going to have to do the construction of this in here. So let's get going and see if I can do this without messing it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is this my Aleene's Tacky glue? This is my Aleene's Tacky glue. And I thought I have very fine tip I don't know if you can see that fine tip plastic dispensers, which I'm going to put, not on this one, I'm not. Hold on, let me just grab another one and see if I can actually do this with that, or whether I have to go back to the glue that I used yesterday. All right, over here. I've got more Aleene's Tacky glue here. And I may have cut off this, I may have cut that one off too close, so we'll just, if not, I'll go back to the glue I used yesterday, because it works, it just, no, I'm going to go back to the glue I used yesterday. So that's this stuff. And I slide the tip on like this. And then a pair of scissors right here. Cut this off. There. So the first thing I'm going to do here is put out some glue. I gotta remember I'm working upside down now. I would do it right side up, but I think I have to swing the camera around the other way, and I'm not willing to do that today. And I've got some brushes that are basically disposable, and I'm just gonna glue this down. Now the trick is, with this, is you want to make sure that you're lining it up correctly, because all of these openings have to fit into each other. And not only do they have to fit into each other, but you have to leave a strip of the building sticking out on both sides. So I'm just making sure that that's stuck down. Okay, that's stuck down. Now, the next, we'll do the long side first. Again, some glue. So here we are. I'm just trying to make sure I'm showing you stuff and not hiding it from you. Now you definitely need sanding sticks and because the some of the tabs are a little oversized, and you need some clamps, and these are just clothespins that I got at the dollar store. So that's that side done. So what we're going to be doing here is doing a bit, letting the glue set up some, and then like stopping the camera, gluing up stuff, and then there. And again, some more clamps. You see that? That didn't work. Hold on. What's going on here? Okay, that's okay. That's sort of okay. All right, let's try this again. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to hold it. Actually, I don't have to hold it. I got clamps here that... So, we're going to glue this in place here. I'm going to stop the camera. We're going to come back, and once that's set up, and I'm trying to see that bigger. I've got all sorts of these bar clamps. Okay, so this is bigger. So, glue this in place. Not a lot of pressure, just enough to hold it. There we go. So, as I say, we're going to stop. Oh, actually, you know what? We can build, hold on, we can build the part that goes in this gap here. So I'm just going to put this aside. The instructions are quite good, but I don't know if they say at the beginning, read the instructions, all the instructions before you start, but I would 100% agree. So now, what am I looking for? Where are you? Oh, you're here. So these 4 pieces go together. And Jason from Jason Chains, which I subscribe to, always says that if you flip these things over, you can see where the tabs are. On the back side, but I can actually see them better on the front side, so I'm going to cut them on the front side. So, just with a straight razor, so there's that piece. There's that piece. Am I on camera here? Yeah, I'm just making sure. I have a monitor over here on the side that I can look at. There's there. And then here, here, and here. It's also important to have a sanding stick around, because even when you cut these little tabs off, they still leave little nubs sticking up. So you just take it and sand it down a bit. There we go. Here we go again. Here. That's where one of the tabs was. This is where the other tab was. Now I want to say these are not hard to build, but I haven't got to the hard part yet. The hard part's going to be all the finicky little stuff, the windows, the doors, everything like that. That's going to be a problem, especially with my big mitts for fingers. Okay, so you see that? It's going to go like that. So let's go. Yep. So take the glue. And stick that in place. Come on, stick in place. Okay, where are you? Oh, there you are. Now again, I'm building on a steel plate. That allows me to use magnets to push things together. There. And now it's going like that. I have to just keep reminding myself of which way it goes. So, that goes in there. And then this little piece gets glued in here. I wish I was using Aleene's Tacky glue, which is, I may go back to using it. You see what I mean with my clumsy fingers? Now, why did I cut this out for? Because I know that's not the right size. Now I got to check that it fits in here. And I can't do that while it's wet. You know what? I'm switching back to Aleene's Tacky glue. Where's my little stand? Oh, I got a plate right here. I 3D printed this little stand. Put your glue in it, keeps it upside down, so it's ready to use. I'm going to get some tiny little, yeah. That's it. Sorry, put it out there or you can see me mess it up again. All right, we'll let that dry. And then there's this piece here. It goes on the roof. Glue. And this covers the top of the roof here, this one, so. This is one of the few times where following the instructions is important. Now, I've watched Jason Jensen on Jason Jensen Trains build these buildings, this style of building. And he always uses these razor blades as to cut stuff out, and it works really well. But he's got so much experience building the models. I mean, if you've ever seen his channel, you'll know that I would say 90% to 100% of the buildings are these style of wooden construction buildings. So this, I really shouldn't be playing with this right now. This should be dry. This goes up here, right there. But not until this little thing goes in. So, as I said, we're going to turn off the cameras for now. We're going to let this stuff dry, and then we are going to proceed on. Now, the next thing to do Yeah. Is they want you to put the sign on it that says Seckler's cold storage, which the instructions which you cut out. I guess I'm going to cut them out. I was thinking of making my own, and I can. I've got the software to do it. But we won't do that for now. So anyway, we're going to, like I said, we're going to let that glue set up. The Aleene Tacky glue doesn't take that long to set up. And then we'll proceed along. So we're back, and the building is, this subsection of the building is built. Where do I go here? You are you 6? Yeah. Sorry, I got to move the camera. There we go. So here's the building. Roof on, little alcove in place, sides done. And now they recommend to paint it. So it's supposed to be a stucco building. And so what I did is I took some sandpaper and I sanded this. So it's going to have imperfections in the stucco to give it a kind of aged look. At least that's what I'm telling you. So I'm just going to get my airbrush. And I've mixed up some Tamiya buff. What is it? It is buff XF57. It's going to give it a concrete look. So I'll put just a little bit of paint in here. Now I mix it up in these, I bought a bunch of these little bottles. I mix my paints up in those, and then I can cap them and then label it, stick it with my other ones that are pre-mixed, and we're ready to go. So, again, that camera is not cooperating with me. Hold on. There we go. I hope it stays there. It probably won't, but we'll see. Okay. So as always, I grab a piece of paper here, and we test it. And now are we out already? Yes, we're out already. A little bit more in the brush. Stand it up and do the side. Oh, I'll just do it this way. Still on? Yep. just so. Mr. Compressor's busy making a noise here. Cap this up. So the next step is there is a side section here and a side section here. They hide the joint over here on this, and there's another joint down here on this side, and it's also covered by that. All right, and then there's all sorts of details in canopies to go in, doors, windows, and then some ductwork and stuff as well. So I'm going to call it quits for today because I'm a little bit frustrated with this whole process. So we'll let this dry. I may give it another coat of paint or not, but I think the weathering that I've done will work pretty good here. So as I say, this is the Bars Mill Seckler's cold storage. It's 7.5 inches long and 2 inches deep. Really? This is 2 inch. Oh, there's stuff that sticks out this way and this way. Yeah, yeah. So let's just give you a good close-up. Oh, that's as close as I can get with that camera. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So I want to thank you for watching today. This is an experience. Like I say, I have never built one of these before. It's really a practice for building the station, the passenger station for the layout, which is also one of these kits. Not by Barbara Mills, but by somebody else, and it's much more complex. And it's not going to get built for quite a while yet. I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to do one video on using ceiling tile to create rock faces. And then I'm probably going to start a scratch building also to go along the wall where the scenery was put up. You see here you can see there's a big warehouse, and then further down there's another building, and there's one just off the edge here that you can't see. But that's what's going to get populated, because otherwise it's just a long empty space. So I want to make sure that it's filled out with scenery and trees, bushes, gravel, track, everything else that has to go in there. So I want to thank you for watching today. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, if you've done one of these kits and you've got a suggestion for me, please give me a suggestion. So, as always, thank you for watching, and take care of your family, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.